What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. I want to talk about one of my favorite teams in the Eastern Conference this year, that being the Indiana Pacers, and how fun they are to watch and how much I love Tyrese Halliburton. Before the season, I actually predicted them to outright make the playoffs, and so far that's looking like it's very possible. Early in the season, obviously, but instead of just seeing this team make the playoffs, I want to make this team contenders as soon as possible. So what we're going to do is try to make some trades to push the Pacers over the top. Give Tyrese Halliburton the help he needs. The team is already really good. Let's make it even better in today's rebuild. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one, and of course subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We are on the road to 50,000 subs currently, and if you are new to this channel, you've never watched my videos before, obviously, as you guys can see, I'm rebuilding here on 2K. And one thing I try to do with my videos that, you know, if you watch, you obviously can mostly agree with, is I try to keep my videos as realistic as possible. Most of them anyway. I go off the rails sometimes, don't get me wrong, but I prefer to rebuild in a realistic style instead of just taking advantage of the trade finder and, you know, whatever else you can do in 2K to be cheesy. That's my preferred way of rebuilding. So if you actually enjoy that type of content, make sure to drop a subscribe button down there that you can watch. That way you can watch more videos. But yeah, as I said, Indiana Pacers are one of my favorite teams to watch in the NBA right now. The pace they play at, Halliburton is so much fun, of course, as well. Now, one thing I will have to complain about really quickly, though, 2K. Please put start today in 2K already. Like, what is going on? Like, I have to keep putting the wins and losses by myself manually to, you know, kind of have it as start today, even though it's not even effectively correct around the league. But whatever. Why can't we get it yet? So we need that as soon as possible, 2K, just saying. But what we're going to do for now is we're not going to do anything crazy to start the season. We are going to just go ahead and simulate until we're at the deadline, and then I want to see what we're going to do from there. Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Mathurin, Obi Toppin, Miles Turner, Bruce Brown, Aaron Nesmith, TJ McConnell, Jalen Smith. But that's not who they're starting. It's not been Buddy Hield starting at the 2. We're going to go ahead and have Mathurin slide to the 2, and then we'll have, not Buddy Hield, we'll have Bruce Brown slide to the 3, or whatever we need to do there to have, obviously, Buddy Hield not starting anymore. We could probably just do it the other way. Let's just do this. So Mathurin doesn't go down. Move him back. Wow. Move back to small forward, and Bruce Brown will go back to the 2, and we'll just put Buddy Hield on the bench. So Buddy Hield's salary could easily help us get somebody really good at the deadline, so that's why I'm kind of encouraged by moving him as well. So we're just going to go ahead and simulate this season. Obi Toppin's really good for the Pacers, man. This team is just a ton of fun. So we're going to go ahead and simulate, and I will see you guys at the deadline. That way we can push this Pacers team over the top. But I'm also curious to see if 2K even gives this team respect. I can see a world where this team is really bad at the deadline, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to make a trade, but I'm still going to try to make it happen. Might even boost these shots and see us up just a little bit. So Miles Turner, I'll leave. Mathurin, I want to push up. I want Mathurin to become a stud as well, of course. So I'm going to push him up a little bit. And then another thing we'll do, the rookie Jarris Walker is even playing minutes right now for them very much. So we're going to send him to the G League. So I'll see you guys, other than that, at the trade deadline. Today's video is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a player props app that's available on mobile or desktop. Basically, this is what PrizePicks is. You log in, and this is what it currently looks like. You have all kinds of sports outside of just NBA. Basically, you look at the numbers that PrizePicks gives you, and you simply go more or less on the projection. You choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 players being all the way up to 3 times their entry, all the way up to 6 players being 25 times their entry. So how it works is if you think Dorian Finney-Smith's going to score more than 8.5 points tonight, you simply click more on this projection. If you want to go over to 3-pointers made and you think Chet's going to make more than 2 threes a night, more than 1.5, you just go more on that projection as well. Again, it's that simple. It gives you an extra sweat while you watch basketball games. It's a ton of fun. Of course, like I said, they have more sports outside of just basketball. I use PrizePicks every day. I've been using PrizePicks in 2021. I'm a huge advocate for it. So I want to, you know, shout this out if I didn't believe in it. I think it's just a lot of fun. As long as you obviously don't go too crazy with it, it's a lot of fun. So if you want to sign up for PrizePicks, use code Crushables. They match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. They get a PrizePicks for sponsoring today's video. So we are at the trade deadline, and thankfully we are above 500 at 30-22, so it does make sense to potentially be buyers here. So 30-22 on the season. Let's look at team intel around the league, and let's determine what 2K is going to give us as far as who's bad and who's good and what we can go target out there in the trade finder. So obviously yesterday, if you watched that Bulls video, I kind of liked the idea of the Pacers maybe trading for Zach LaVine. I'm not sure we're going to do that today, but I won't rule it out. If we can go get Zach LaVine, putting him next to Halliburton, I don't think that's the worst idea in the world. So I definitely love the idea of that, but let's just take a look and see. So the Pelicans, I mean, Zion Williamson's interesting because obviously, as we know, Zion has had some weird quotes this season as far as like buying into the team. He's taking a back seat. The team is like 5-6. So I mean, Zion in Indiana sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, Halliburton throwing some lobs to Zion. Miles Turner is like a perfect fit next to him. I don't hate it. I kind of like it, but obviously Zion is not going to be easy to trade for, but they're rebuilding and he's not untouchable. So we might do that. I kind of love that. That's my favorite one by far, and we've only looked at one. So I don't know if I could really say that. But the Pistons, I don't think they really have anything. We can go get like Bojan, who's playing Indiana, but I'm not going to go for that. Raptors are buying, so they're not currently looking to move anybody. The Rockets are selling, which the Rockets are really good right now. But they're 14-36 on the season. We can go get like a Fred VanVleet or Brooks or something, but I don't really want any of those guys. Spurs can go get Wemby. Obviously, the Spurs aren't going to move Wemby in his rookie season. Doesn't make any sense. There's like Keldon Johnson and Vassell too, but not really guys I'm interested in. The Suns 23-28 on the season. They're buying though. Thunder rebuilding, even though they're the 3rd seed. Shea and Giddey, like there's guys like that available. The Timberwolves also really good in real life at the moment. They're selling. Obviously, pairing Anthony Edwards and Tyrese Haliburton sounds amazing, so I don't hate it. The Blazers have like Brogdon, who used to play in Indiana as well. Jeremy Grant also is interesting, but Wizards, they have like Poole. Not really anything I'm looking at there. The Bulls, they're rebuilding even though they're the 2nd seed. Again, they are going to be trading guys in real life. So Zach LaVine is realistic. If the Pacers wanted to go get Zach LaVine, I still think that could definitely work out for them. Wow, the Cavaliers are selling, and they have like Donovan Mitchell. I mean, obviously there is some rumors about Donovan Mitchell not being happy in Cleveland, or he may not resign there or whatever. But I don't know if he'd be happy in Indiana. I think his eyes are set, of course, as we know, on New York. But I think I got to try for Zion. I don't even know if I can get it to happen, but I want to try so badly. Lauri Markkanen is interesting. Putting him on this team, you know, floor spacer. I don't know if Utah would want to move on from him. I could definitely see a world where they would want to. It kind of depends, I believe, how good they are. But I don't hate the idea of Markkanen as like another, you know, option if we need it. So, and of course, there's like Mikal Bridges as always. But I gotta try for Zion at the deadline. I mean, how much fun would that be to put Zion next to Miles Turner, who would be a perfect fit next to him, put him Halliburton. Man, that sounds like a dream scenario. Let's throw together a trade. Let's see if we can make it happen. I doubt it. We have picks, but I don't know if we have enough to convince the Pelicans to give us Zion Williamson, for crying out loud. But I'm gonna assemble a trade here. I think I got to do some extracurricular brainstorming here to make something happen. Even though Buddy Hield would be like a great fit in New Orleans, which he started his career at, like if you remember that, like he was there for like a second, then traded for Cousins. But let's assemble a trade here. Unfortunately, throwing this trade together, I don't feel like it's gonna be enough, but we'll give it a shot. It's Buddy Hield, Jarris Walker, Nembhard, and 3 first-round picks for Zion. Of course, if I could throw more in here, I would. This is the first offer I'm gonna go with. I don't know if the Pelicans are gonna even consider this a good trade. Let's see what they say. They're not going to agree to it. So no Zion, of course, in this trade, which sucks. Jarris Walker, I don't mind throwing in here. Buddy Hield has to be in there for salary matching purposes. We're going to need somebody better, or, you know, if we had a better draft pick, that'd be nice. We could, in theory, like, what is Bruce Brown's trade value? 2.5. Mathurin is someone we could move. I would hate to move Mathurin, though. I would love to have Zion paired with Mathurin and Halliburton going forward. That sounds like a ton of fun. Maybe we don't have to rush it here, and maybe we could just wait for Zion in the offseason, but I don't know if that changes anything. Like, we don't really have an ability to get, like, better assets at all. Like, that's not going to happen. So, I think if I wanted him, Obi Toppin's 2-star. I think if I wanted Zion, I would have to throw Mathurin in here. He's 3-star trade value. I don't know how much that would, you know, change their mind. But it definitely is a fun risk to take with Zion, Halliburton, Miles Turner, Bruce Brown, still as a starting 2. It is going to suck to lose Mathurin if we do this, but I'm okay with it. Daniel Tice got bought out yesterday, by the way, so I'm not throwing him in this trade, but even though it wouldn't change anything, so I hate to do it. Do I do it, man? Do I throw Mathurin in here for Zion? I don't know if I want to do it, but at the same time, getting Zion Williamson on this team, some people are going to hate this, and I absolutely agree with you, but for the fun factor of this, I'm going to offer it. They don't agree anyway. Okay, that's fine. You know what? I actually kind of feel better they did accept that. So, Zion was my dream scenario here. Would have been a ton of fun, but it's not going to happen. We're going to have to go for somebody else. So, as I said, a backup plan I wouldn't mind would be like Lauri Markkanen, who's having a great season for the Utah Jazz. 24 points per game, 8 rebounds, and really good efficiency. So, I think Buddy Hield and 2 first-round picks could definitely get you Markkanen. I could see a world where the Jazz are like, you know, trying to get like maybe a Jarris Walker off you as well. I could see that, but I'm just gonna offer this. They do agree, so we get Lauri Markkanen. We went from Zion to Lauri Markkanen. Not great, but I don't hate it. Lauri Markkanen is still a really good get on this team, so it's not that big of a deal. But Lauri Markkanen as the addition here for the Pacers, I think is honestly phenomenal. New starting lineup is Halliburton, Bruce Brown, Mathurin, Markkanen, and Miles Turner. I absolutely love it. Obi Toppin, Aaron Nesmith, TJ McConnell, and Jalen Smith as your backup point guard trio, which are your bench. I don't know why I said backup point guard trio. That's so weird. But Toppin, Neesmith, TJ McConnell. I almost want to throw minutes to Nembhard over TJ McConnell, to be honest with you. So I think that's what we're going to do here. I could probably trade McConnell for a couple things if I wanted to. I know the Phoenix Suns have been interested in him in the past. So yeah, I wouldn't mind moving McConnell as a guy that could maybe be like a good backup point guard somewhere else, or we can always trade him in the offseason if we want to make like another move using his salary. But I'll just take a really quick look and peek around the league if there's anybody, you know, coming up with a interesting trade. I mean, I can get a first round pick, but I don't think McConnell's worth that. So I'm just going to simply simulate with the Markkanen edition, and we'll see how we do in the playoffs now that Lauri Markkanen is on the Pacers. The Ja Morant wins MVP at the end of year 1. Victor Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year. Chris Paul, 6th man, Giannis Offensive Player. Halpern Şengün, Most Improved. And Fox is your Clutch Player of the Year. And Nick Nurse, Coach of the Year. And Jameson's your Executive. So here's your All-NBA first team. Not looking too shabby. I would love to see Halliburton on here, and we do. All-NBA third team, love to see it. And then All-Defensive first team. Do we get like a Miles Turner appearance? No, unfortunately not. But All-Rookie first team and All-Rookie second team. So we are the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference, so things went fairly well after, you know, adding Markkanen to the squad. 22, 21, 16, 15, 12. I mean, Mathurin's only going to keep getting better in the offseason, which is beautiful. So he's not even up to his best potential just yet, which is great. Bruce Brown, of course, has like a team option next year, but I love him as like a role player here, so I think I'll end up keeping him. Toppin, Aaron Neesmith. Toppin's been, like I said, really good in Indiana, so he's a must resign as well as a bench addition to the team. But let's see if we can come out here and beat the Atlanta Hawks. So I'm going to list whatever 2K wants the rotation to be. And I would love to get out round 1 after adding Markkanen to the squad. I don't know if we're winning a championship this year, but I think next year it's definitely on the table as a team that can win. So let's see if we can beat the Hawks. We are going to go down 2-1. Not great. And now we're down 3-1. So not great. I mean, it's good that we got back in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. But I would have loved to have gotten out of round 1 and kind of like established ourselves as a team going forward that you don't want to mess with. But I think we could be that next year. So it sucks to lose in Atlanta in round 1, especially outing Markkanen. But it just gives us a challenge going forward as the Cavs upset the 76ers. The Cavs are never dead in the waters, are they? I guess we lost to the team that eventually went on to win the championship, that being the Hawks. The Pelicans, who were selling at the deadline and were willing to, you know, trade Zion, make it all the way to the NBA Finals, which is wild. LeBron James retires a Laker. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it this time. I usually override it. But number 1, Wizards, and then obviously we traded our pick, but we have Oklahoma City's pick at 23, which is nice. And then at staff signing, we have Rick Carlisle. I'm going to go ahead and keep him. And then we're just going to fill out this coaching staff, and then we'll head into draft night and figure out what the game plan is going forward for this team and what's next. We have the 23rd, a couple second round picks as well. So let's just go ahead and jump in and see what we can get with number 23 in this draft. So number 23, we have Kyle, we have Gary Diaw, we have Dylan Mitchell. I'll go ahead and take Kyle at the top of this draft. Welcome to the Indiana Pacers. And then we'll have a couple of seconds. I honestly am just going to let this. Oh, I see Zachary Satcher. That's one guy I remember drafting in like the lottery last year. It doesn't look like he's very good anymore. But in the second round, his obviously ceiling is an all-star. His floor is a bench. So at least we get like a role player, if nothing else. So I'll let the assistant GM take the rest. But we got Kyle, we got Zachary Satcher, and we got Caleb Foster. I'm cool with those picks. Player options, Bruce Brown, as I told you guys, I'm going to accept. Daniel Tice, as I said, was bought out in real life, so I'm okay with declining that. Qualifying offers, Obi Toppin. We're going to go ahead and extend the qualifying offer on him. Obi Toppin is somebody I definitely want back. Jalen Smith is a only free agent. Looks like that 2K is giving us the bird rights to. Not sure why that is. We should easily have Obi Toppin's bird rights, but for whatever reason, I'm not getting it, which is weird. But hopefully we can just still re-sign him. I mean, he's restricted. I mean, he shouldn't be able to go anywhere, so I guess that's great. Markkanen, on the other hand, still got one more year left in his contract, which is fantastic. So you have Halliburton. Obviously, our starting 5 is set. I think we mainly need to focus on our bench. So McConnell can get moved out of here. Nembhard is the backup point guard going forward easily. And then shooting guards position, we can go ahead and try to move for a 2. We need a backup 3 probably. Neesmith, Jarris Walker can be that backup 4. And then Isaiah Jackson could, in theory, be our backup 5, but I also wouldn't mind upgrading if need be. So I think that's what we'll go ahead and start with, is trying to upgrade that 5 spot with a McConnell and maybe Isaiah Jackson trade together. One center I haven't got in a while is Daniel Gafford. Daniel Gafford is a center I used to love trading for, and he just puts up good stats. And as a backup 5, backing up Miles Turner, don't think I can pass up on this. McConnell and Isaiah Jackson, this gives the Wizards the incentive to go ahead and take a young 5 and Isaiah Jackson. McConnell's just expiring salary. We're going to do that trade and be very happy about that. So Gafford's going to be our brand new backup 5 here in Indiana. Absolutely love that. He's got 2 years left in his contract. Absolute steal. So far, feeling great about that. So we have our backup 5 going forward. We have Nembhard as backup point guard. We need to sign a backup wing. And then, of course, actually, Neesmith can slide over to the 3 if we want him to. I wonder if he'd go down. I mean, 6'5", I mean, I would imagine he should be able to go up. He does. I was about to say 6'5". So we're actually going to go ahead and slide him to the 3 spot. And then that backup power 4 spot could be relegated, obviously, to Obi Toppin at the moment, who's been great. So I think other than that, we don't really need much of anything else. I wouldn't mind signing another shooting guard, don't get me wrong. But, like, we could sign, like, what, Gary Harris, Malik Beasley. Like, we don't really need to go for that. We can bring Oladipo back to Indiana. But I think my main priority is re-signing Obi Toppin. Like, that's what I want, and then we're good. So I could obviously re-sign Jalen Smith as well. We have Gafford now, so I'm actually cool on Jalen Smith. So let's just make sure we secure Obi Toppin back as our backup 4. Jarris Walker, he gets an offer, and we're going to match it. And Jarris Walker could develop behind him still. I'm not giving up on Jarris Walker by any means. But player progression, Isaiah Wong, Oscar, welcome. And then now we have Halliburton up to a 92. Mathurin only goes up to an 82. Markkanen's 87. Neesmith 80. Nembhard's up. Jarris Walker's up to a 77. So still not better than Obi Toppin, but still, of course, I'm not, never going to give him minutes, if that makes sense. So I think we should be better next year. We got in the playoffs last year, right? But I think with the development we've had, Markkanen should be better for us this year. He's going to be under the system longer. Tyrese Halliburton, of course, only keeps getting better. Mathurin didn't go up as much as I would have loved, but I still think it's, it's workable. Don't get me wrong. So we got to cut one player, and that player is going to be Isaiah Wong. It's going to have to be Isaiah Wong. So we're going to cut Isaiah Wong, and then we can go into the season. Park is going to let us at 17th. Rotationally, I think it's beautiful. We got Halliburton, Bruce Brown, Mathurin, Markkanen, Miles Turner, Aaron Neesmith, Obi Toppin, Nembhard, and Gafford as our backup 5. Jarris Walker, unfortunately, we are still going to have to relegate him to the G League, and then we're going to do the same thing with Kyle as well. Might as well do that, and then we could even do it with one of these guys, but I don't think we could do that. So proficiency is 4-star perimeter centric. We'll leave that the way it is. We'll see how the season goes under that. Shot tendencies I want to look at. So Halliburton's 87, 80, 92. So Mathurin, if you want to take a massive jump as the leading scorer this year, I don't hate that idea. We'll just see how the season goes. If we're struggling, I'm going to be pretty disappointed because I honestly have a huge belief in this roster doing something really special, but we'll see how things are going at the deadline if we need to make another move or not. So at the end of this season, Joel Embiid wins MVP, Ade Mara, Rookie of the Year, Thomas 6-man averaging 27, absolutely ridiculous, but that's what he does in real life, so I'm not surprised by that. Embiid Defensive Player, Kuminga Most Improved, and Steph is your Clutch Player of the Year. Mark is your coach, and John Murphy is your executive. So Halliburton makes an All-NBA first team this time around, absolutely beautiful, 28 and 12, just absolutely ridiculous. Halliburton's a stud. All-NBA second team, All-NBA third team, and here's all-defensive first team and all-defensive second team. So Halliburton also makes an all-defensive second team. Interesting. And then, obviously, our rookies didn't play, which was those 3 guys that we drafted last year. But second seed in the East, which is beautiful. I was hoping that this team would turn a corner and be really good this year, and they did just that. 28 from Halliburton, and of course, he has plenty of help with Markkanen and Mathurin, and then Miles Turner as well. So Miles Turner is a free agent, and so is Markkanen. Thankfully, I think Mathurin is another year of his rookie contract because it would really suck to have to pay all these guys in the same offseason. But Neesmith 10.5 as well, 9 for Bruce Brown, 9 from Toppin, 8 from Gafford, and 7.5 from Nembhard. I most likely will have to decline Bruce Brown in the offseason because we're gonna have to pay Markkanen and Miles Turner. But we'll see if we have to do that or not. But we play the Miami Heat in round 1. Now, obviously, we got bounced in round 1 last year, so I'd love nothing more than to get on round 1 this year. I mean, we deserve it. I think 2K should agree with that. We'll see how this goes. Somebody come around against Miami, and we are going to beat them in... Just kidding. We lost in the first round again. Damn, I thought we had them. I was so confident we were going to win that series, and we lose to Miami. So, can't get on round 1 yet. Joel Embiid wins Conference Finals MVP. Are the 76ers even... Oh, they did. And then Shea on the Blazers? Is that what I saw? Or no, he won for the Thunder, but they got swept. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, Blazers are in the finals, and they lose to the 76ers. Okay. I guess we're not prepared just yet. Al Horford, Mike Conley are retiring. So, third time's a charm potentially next year, hopefully. Bulls get number 1. Our pick is... Actually, we still have our pick at 26th overall. Do I fire Rick Carlisle after 2 back-to-back? Getting eliminated in round 1? I think we have to. I think it's justified, unfortunately. So, we're going to fire him. We got, like, Billy Donovan or Will Hardy, Rick Carlisle. We're going to reunite Will Hardy and, obviously, Markkanen if we wanted to. Billy Donovan, Frank Vogel. Always love going for Frank Vogel or Will Hardy. I'll go for Frank Vogel. Why not? Actually used to coach in Indiana. I remember that. So, we'll go ahead and bring him back to the Pacers. Why not? And then we'll go ahead and hire guard guru. And then we should be ready to roll and focus on just re-signing everybody, basically. So, Bruce Brown, I might move on from, though. He's going to have a large team option, and we're going to have to pay these guys. So, And I think we can get a 2, that's, similar to Bruce Brown's caliber. That won't cost as much. So I don't even care about the 26th and 27th or whatever in the second round. So whoever we get, I'm cool with. We got Liam, which is nice. I've seen him go in the lottery before. Player options, Shepard, I'm going to accept. Bruce Brown, he's actually not here. So maybe the last year's contract isn't there, or maybe it's just simply gone, which it could be, I guess. Oscar is a qualifying offer free agent. Is Bruce Brown sitting here? He is not. Is he still under contract? He is not. So he's just gone. Okay, I guess that's fine. So Bruce Brown is no longer here. Obviously, we're going to have to re-sign Marketing and Miles Turner. So let's just go ahead and take care of that. Miles Turner will re-sign. We actually have cap space, which is fun. I mean, we could, in theory, get close to signing Jason Tatum, but obviously that loses us like everything we have. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to sign Marketing to a deal. We traded for him for a reason, and we'll sign Miles Turner. So let's keep these guys all locked up. You have to renounce Bruce Brown to do that. So we're going to go ahead and lock up our front court. We still have money to sign a shooting guard. Like Bruce Brown, we still could re-sign, and he doesn't want that much money. I also don't hate the idea of Lonnie Walker at the 2. Obviously, really good shooter. Could be nice here. But defense also should be nice. Bruce Brown, he's asked for less money. He kind of is the perfect role player, right, that we need at this moment. Corey Kispert, we could sign as well to be that 3, and we can move. We also could, in theory, move Benedict Mathurin over to the 2. Don't hate it. Moses Moody, Zaire Williams. Or is there a world where we could maybe make a trade for a better 2? I mean, we have a bunch of salaries we could probably throw together to maybe do something. Like Jarris Walker we still have, so I've top end salary if we believe in maybe Jarris Walker being the backup for next year. So yeah, let's go see if we can trade for 2 before we just settle on re-signing Bruce Brown. Let's try to push this team to the top. We're going to go for Devin Vassell and the San Antonio Spurs. I don't often see the Spurs. I don't often trade for Vassell, which is why I kind of like the idea of this. We bring him in. He could be that starting 2, 6'5". We trade 4 guys on salary matching purposes, and we get Vassell. They agree. So we'd get Devin Vassell, and I know we just traded our, obviously backup 5, but I saw Kevon Looney, and I love Kevon Looney because he just averages a ton of boards for you in the simulation. So Kevon Looney is an easy get for me if we get him. Boom, he's here. And now we can still sign Bruce Brown back, which I actually, you know what? We might as well. Let's bring Bruce Brown back as well. That gives us the ability to do so. So now we have Devin Vassell and Bruce Brown. Absolutely love it. So this offseason was beautiful. We wanted to push our team over the top even more. We got a new head coach. Rick Carlisle kept getting us eliminated in round 1. Is it necessarily all his fault? Not necessarily, but he's gone nonetheless. Jarris Walker is up to an 81, up to 4 overall. So maybe he's ready to take that power forward role away from Toppin as the backup 4. Don't hate the idea of that if we go ahead and go that direction. So, but let's get in this next season. We've been really good in the regular season the past 2 years. Playoffs, it has not translated. It has not translated at all. So this year, we're hoping that that will not be the case. So let's go ahead and load this 2026 draft class. Hopefully, I won't even need to get it next season. Hopefully, we can just win this championship outright this year. Proficiency is going to be 3.5 grit and grind. We're obviously going to slide this over to whatever fits best. We'll move it to a balance this year. We'll see if that changes anything as well. No, don't know if it will, but it's worth a shot, right? Defense, we're not rolling with. So, balance system, Frank Vogel, head coach, back in Indiana. You got Halliburton, Vassell, Mathurin, Marketing, Miles Turner, Jarris Walker, Bruce Brown, Neesmith, Kevon Looney. That leaves Nembhard, Obi Toppin out of the rotation entirely. So that's even more money if we wanted to make another trade. If we wanted to. Our hearts can do it. We got salary. We got more picks in the future. I'm open to it. I'm open to more trades if need be, but hopefully 2K gives me all the reason in the world not to make any changes and keep this team the same. We'll see how the season goes. Hopefully, we're really good. Maybe the first seed in the East. I would love that. At the end of hopefully this final season, Tyrese Halliburton wins MVP. 32 points, 12 assists. Man is just on a mission, and I love to see it. So hopefully this mission, translates to us winning a championship. 61-21 from Frank Vogel, All-NBA first team, of course. Here's your All-NBA second team, All-NBA third team, and then All-Defensive first team and All-Defensive second team. So, we are the first team in the East. Obviously, we want to get on round 1. We have not got on round 1 so far in this video. Can we get on round 1 and maybe go even further than that is the question. Boston in round 1. Not an opponent I want to play in round 1. They have the same team they've had for a while, and they're scary. Every year they're scary. So, I have a bad feeling about this. Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Porzingis. Somebody come around against them. Hopefully we beat them. And they're going to give us a sweat, aren't they? Oh, we're going to get eliminated in round 1. I feel like we're about to get eliminated in round 1. And I'm not feeling good about it. So, 8-man rotation to just please blow out the Celtics here in game 5 and make me feel better. They're going to win game 5, aren't they? Wow, I guess today's video is going to be I can't get out round 1 with the Pacers. I mean, how do we run into the Celtics as that's their team? They're just... Okay, so far, I mean, we got to win game 6. We might be able to do that. Very close game. I would love nothing more than to win it, obviously. Let's see if we can do just that. It is in TD Garden right now, so they have that advantage to their... So, this is going to be close. Overtime. Can we come in and please... I don't have to jump into the first round. We're going to lose. Round 1. Can't get out of it. Oh, wait a minute. No, can't get out of round 1. Round 1, 3 years in a row, cannot get out of it. Well, let's go see it 4 times the charm, I guess. We're going to go one more season, and if I get eliminated round 1 next year, I quit. So, I'll see you guys next year. I'm keeping the team the same, because I thought this was our year, but... Of course, we have to run into Boston as the 8th seed. So at the end of this final season, we end up getting the 2nd seed in the East. And this is 20 minutes later, by the way, because I've been having internet problems with Cox. They've been really grinding my gears. The internet's been going out like every night for the past 2 weeks, but it stopped for a while. But now my internet's going out in the morning. So hopefully that's not a trend, because I was kicked off the game immediately since I bought the game digitally. And here we are now. So I'm hoping to get out round 1. Internet problems are in my way. 2K's in my way. I got a lot of factors trying to stop me, but I won't be stopped, hopefully, here this season. So, I'm going to 8-man rotation immediately. I want my 8 best players playing. Get me out of round 1. We get Orlando, who Orlando is pretty good sometimes. So, they have Daymara. Thankfully, they don't have Paulo Banchero anymore, so that makes me feel a little bit better. Still have Franz Wagner. Somebody current round 1, please get out. Finally, yes, we did it. Okay, finally got round 1. Man, it was 4th time in this video, but it happened. Rozier, Asar Thompson, Siakam, Jalen Duren, Middleton, Rozier, Cade Cunningham, of course. So, very good team in Detroit. I would love nothing more than to go to the Eastern Conference Finals after everything we've gone through so far. Let's see if we can beat them. And we're going to be in an even series with them, but we take the Game 5 lead. And we're going to a Game 7 with the Detroit Pistons. So, going to be a tough win at home in Indiana. I would love nothing more than to just blow them out and take care of business, not being a close one. So far, we have a nice lead. Just keep this up, keep the scoring going. It looks like we got it. We win game 7. We're in the Eastern Conference Finals. Halliburton 32-27 for Vassell. Of course, last but certainly not least, we run into the Cavs. I always hate playing the Cavaliers. They're just always so good. So, here goes nothing. Game 1, we're 1-0. Okay, 120 and 109. Not a bad start. 30 from Donovan Mitchell. We had 30 from Halliburton. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, 2-1. And, okay, we even it up. I was about to say, if they go up 3-1, it's probably GG's. But now we're going to a Game 5. If we win this, we take a driver's seat here. But the Cavs have the lead right now. And it's looking like we are going to go home here. So, or I guess not yet. We got one more game to try to even it up. In Indiana, they want to go ahead and fix the minutes here. So, Game 6 in Indiana. Can we come out here and win to force a Game 7 back to Cleveland? Please do so. It's not looking good. We're down 2, but there's plenty of time. All right, we just got to take the lead and run with it. Let's take the lead and run with it, and we're going to a Game 7, please. Back and forth game, of course. Back and forth as it can be. And it's looking like we might be able to run with it. Maybe we have a 5-point lead. Just keep going, keep going. I think we did it. I think we did it. We are going to beat them in Game 7. So we stay alive. That was a must-win scenario, and we did it. Game 7 in Cleveland. Here goes nothing. Would love nothing more than just blow them out. First quarter, we win. Second quarter, they get back in the game, though. Third quarter, we have it again. We have a 6-point lead in the fourth quarter right now, but can we keep it is the question. 14-point lead. It went up to 14 just like that. And now we have like a 9-point lead, but we might let them back in it. Cleveland is like the final boss, man. We beat them, though. That was tough. Halliburton, Victor Wembanyama. We got all the way to the finals. Do we win a championship? We had 2 Game 7s in a row. Giddey, Collier, Keldon, Wembanyama, Portis, Shaedon Sharpe, Cam Thomas. This is a good team San Antonio has, but we won Game 1. They even it up. Probably going to another Game 7 here. Game 3, Game 4, we need to win. Down 3-1. We got all the way to the NBA Finals, and let's just see if we can come back from 3-1, but it's not looking like it. So, I guess in this final season, we may not be done yet. We have a 2-point, we're behind them by 1 point. We take the lead here. Okay, we win. All right, we're not done just yet. I thought that was GG's, but now to go to a Game 6 in San Antonio. If we can win this one to force a Game 7, then it's there for the taking. So all we need to do is just do that. It's not simple, but we can do it. Down 2 right now. this is probably the closest series I've ever seen in, you know, for a while. Like, these games have just been absolute sweat. So we have the lead right now. If we can force this game 7, then we are gonna have a chance. But the San Antonio Spurs tie it up. We're slowing it down pretty nicely here. No scoring. Okay, they score, and now they have a 4-point lead. 111-114. I think we gotta watch the very end of this, right? Because it looks like we might be going home here. 113-117. So we're going to almost force the game 7 back to San Antonio. Shaedon Sharpe is at the free throw line. I mean, we're probably done for. We're gonna have to hit a 3. I'll give it a best shot. So 113-118. We're gonna have to hit a 3 immediately. I don't trust the computer to come back. I don't even try. Oh, that's three free throws. That's fantastic. So yeah, we're probably losing here. So I might as well just jump. Okay, he missed one. That's great. Let's go to Halliburton here. Let's see if we can get a quick 3 off potentially. I'm gonna try to good defense by them. I'm gonna have Vassell potentially in the corner here, and we're gonna just knock it down. Okay, 116-119. We needed that. We don't have to foul though, but the computer's gonna automatically foul. Of course it is. I don't know how to fix that. So if I can figure out how to fix that right now, I would love to, because I would just love to play the clock. Although that gives us like 4 seconds, but if coach settings does foul, I know it's here somewhere. I gotta find it. All right, manual. Oh, it doesn't matter. They're at the free throw line already. So we're gonna have to hit another 3. Probably not gonna be able to do it, but we'll give it our best shot. He's gonna hit both. We do have a timeout, but I'm not gonna use it yet. So let's just go ahead, try to hit another 3. I don't know if we're gonna be able to, but I'm gonna hit Vassell, Miles Turner, Mathurin. Hit this 3 maybe, and gonna be in and out. So 116-121. They're gonna win the game, unfortunately. So we got all the way to the finals after being eliminated in round 1, 3 years in a row. I mean, it's great that we got to the finals, but unfortunately gonna fall short of a championship. The Spurs were just too great for us. Wembanyama is gonna take it down, but he's not gonna shoot it, and that'll be the video. So internet, 2K trying to stop me, but at least we got to the finals at the very least. Fun video regardless. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one. Next video I think will be a 10-year rebuild, so go ahead and comment down below the next 10-year rebuild you guys want to see. Other than that, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.